Streetz 94.5, Ferrari Simmons. Man, personal partner just pulled up on me. Please introduce yourself in front of the camera.
Man, my name DC Juan, touched by angels.
Now, usually you're behind the camera.
Yes, sir.
But today you're in front of the camera.
Thanks to you, yes, sir.
I think this is important for someone like myself to interview someone who does the interviews themselves. Travels behind these people, follows behind people. You probably got footage of people living in jail, not living anymore. Let's take it back. What made you want to be behind the camera?
I wasn't always behind the camera. I was an artist at first, DC. Had to deal with Jive when Jive was Jive. Toured the world, did everything I could do as an artist.
Really?
I write for people still to this day, still get publishing checks and stuff like that. People like Bobby V, Jacquees, Twista. I've been in the game since 2009, 2010, rapping and all that, DC Don Juan. But then my father passed away 2018, and he was the photographer. He was the dude behind the camera. He was doing all of that stuff, and his camera was just sitting there when he passed. So I named my company Touched by Angels, picked up his camera, moved to Atlanta, and everything was history from there, man. Like, it's just life-changing. Like, I was really succeeding in rap and music. Like, I didn't step away because, I couldn't do it. Like, I'm still one of the ones, but it's just like shooting with the camera is therapeutic. Like, I don't need to talk to nobody because I talk to the camera. I know my father's there every time I'm shooting Deck, or I'm shooting Lil Baby, or I'm shooting Alley Boy. Like, he's right there. I don't know what I'm doing with this camera. I tell everybody all the time, I'm not a photographer, so I tilt my hat to the ones that came before me. But I moved to Atlanta and just got blessed. My energy just let me in the room,
Now,
I'm good.
Well, okay, let's keep it right there. What made you want to move to Atlanta?
Well, I don't know if y'all know, FYB Issa. That's my little cousin.
Okay.
And Jacquees, we always been a young knit. I helped and watched Jacquees grow up, Jacob Lattimore, the QT Jazz. Like, I've been in that, coming back and forth to Atlanta. So Atlanta's always been, I got my deal in Atlanta, actually,
Okay.
I met Cap One back in 2009, got signed to the publishing deal, and then everything took off after that. So Atlanta always wanted to be a hometown, but I had so much other things to do, and I just couldn't find a place.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from the Bronx, like New York.
New York.
I'm from the Bronx, but then I moved to DC. Maryland, Capitol Heights. That's they gonna big difference between Maryland and DC.
Okay.
But I moved to Maryland, Capitol Heights for high school. Then after that, I graduated, moved to Denver with AI, Kenya Martin. Like, my life is crazy. That's why I want you to interview me, bro, because there's a lot that people don't know. I'll be behind the camera because I'm humble. I don't care about the
All right, slow it down. So you're from the Bronx, New York.
Yep.
What made you move to Maryland?
Well, I moved to Maryland because, like I said, Issa's my little cousin. Only reason why I keep speaking to Issa because that's who y'all might know. But that's my mother's little brother's father, So
Okay.
My uncle taught me how to rap. My uncle was the one that brought me into the hip-hop, which is my mother's little brother. He moved to Maryland.
Okay.
I was in the streets of New York. Moms, they want me to stay in the streets. Let's move him to Maryland. Not knowing that Maryland is the same thing as New York.
Yeah.
There's a hood everywhere. So that just went well. I was known as the rapper in school. Gained a lot of notoriety. Toured with Go-Go Backyard. Big G. Y'all might know him from The Wire, Slim Charles. But, like, my name, that's what I'm saying. Like, my name is kind of cool. I just don't brag about it so you'll never know. Like, I don't walk with that spirit. I done did so much as a youngin' that everything that everyone's running for right now, this is like,
Okay. So let's keep it right there. So
Correct.
then you moved from Maryland to Atlanta?
I moved from Maryland to Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh, North Carolina. What's going
house.
on? What's going on in Raleigh, North Carolina?
I sold my house,
Okay.
I couldn't keep up with the payment. Like, the people that were living with me, they wasn't kicking they side of us, So I sold my house, collected what I collected, moved to Raleigh because I just had a son. So I said, I want to start over. I want to just get low. I want to do things different. I don't even want to do the music, really. I want to.
How long did you stay in Raleigh, North Carolina?
It's like 2-3 years, bro.
And then you go to Atlanta?
Yeah, my father got caught with cancer.
And he lived in Atlanta?
No, he lived in Raleigh with my
Okay,
moms.
okay.
So my father got caught with cancer. We came to Atlanta 4 deep because we said, Emory is great for cancer, So we said, let's bring my father.
So that's what brought you to Atlanta.
To Emory. But look, we came here to bring my father to test out in Emory. We left with less one person because my father didn't make it.
Okay.
It happened that fast, bro. Like,
sorry to hear that.
No, it gave me strength, bro. That's why it's touched by angels.
And
like,
your dad was behind the camera.
Always, like,
So while this is going on, that's what inspired you to get behind the camera.
Yeah, because I was the rapper, bro. Like, I was the dude running around with no where to, you know what I'm saying? You know how rappers move.
No, yeah. So let's keep it right there. So now you move to behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
What is your first thing? Who is the first person that you say, hey, I do camera work? Rock with me.
Well, see, I always been the go-to dude in the hood. Like, everywhere I went to, I was the engineer. I was the dude shooting everybody's video. So I always knew how to do it. Like, I was shooting everybody's video with a camera from an iPhone. Like, I had a little, Osmo, shooting hood video, real good videos. But it wasn't my focus because I was still rapping and still getting checks over here. But what happens is, damn, my father passes away. I moved to Atlanta. I link up with my man Buck that's behind the camera right now.
What up, Buck?
And he like, yo, we going to Miami. We going to Rolling Loud. I'm like, I bet. We get there. He like, that's VL Deck right there. I don't know who VL Deck is. Just like Deck tells me we big in our world. And that's one thing that I learned from Deck. Like, you're big in your world. Like, even if Jay-Z stand next to me, he's Jay-Z, but I'm Juan. Like, I'm big in my world too. I'm Jay-Z in my world. You know what I'm saying? But so Deck is like, they like, that's Deck right there. So I go introduce myself, take some pictures. I'm like, yo, I live in Atlanta right now too. He showed me all love. What's up? Boom, boom, boom. I met Deck back in Atlanta. The first day I met him, I tried to explain to him who I work for, what I do. Deck wasn't trying to hear none of that. Like, Deck was like, I don't care if you hard, I'm gonna fuck with you. Ever since then, brother, like.
Yeah,
bro,
and then
you know
I've been ever since I seen you with
bro,
Deck, I've been seeing you everywhere.
He helped
Okay.
me beat depression, bro. Like,
okay.
I lost my father. I had nothing. I ain't know what to do. You know
so
what I'm saying?
let's keep it right there. And now you're doing videos for different types of artists.
Man.
And let's keep it right in that mind state. Like, how do you brand yourself? Like, what do you do? Is it word of mouth now for people to reach out to you? Do they DM you?
I think it's the energy, Rory. Like, for real. Because it's like everything speaks for itself. It's like all coming together. I knew some of these people from the music, but now they see me with that camera in my hand. They see,
you know, a good job, by the way.
Thank you so much. Thank you. But it's like something that catch fire. Anything next to it is gonna automatically catch on fire as well.
Right.
So I'm just blessed and humble enough to have one client that's showing it to the world, which they like, who did that? By the time they like, it's Juan, I know Juan. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, how many people see me with the camera in my hand, they look at me crazy because they like, why you not in the booth or why you not behind in the studio? You know what I'm saying? Like,
facts.
It's just, but it's overwhelming because I'm succeeding in both. Okay. On a humble level, on my level, like I'm not succeeding on their level, on his level, but I'm succeeding in my
okay,
level,
so for the person that's just seeing you for the first time,
right?
In closing, how do they contact you? What do they do to book you to shoot them? Whether it's now, do you have different prices for different things? Like,
it's hard because it depends on what they're looking for.
Okay.
Because I'll refer you quick to someone that I believe is better than me, that's fit for what you need. The big production. I come through with me, my camera, and probably one person, and we dolo. I run and gun it, get you out the way, and you love it.
And what's your turnaround time?
Next day.
24 hours.
Next day.
Guaranteed.
Next day. Anybody that I ever shot with, let them know. Next day. You wake up, it's like,
and
shit.
And how do they follow you?
I am Don Juan, because I am Don Juan. On Twitter, I am Instagram, on Facebook, whatever I am Don Juan. But if you want to Google and listen to some music, if you want to do that, D.C.Don Juan. DC Don Juan.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Thank you so much, Rory. For real.
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy.
Wavy Pluto, you did.